Artifact Seeker is a very familiar game if you have played a lot of roguelite survival games. You have your passive buffs, your characters, weapons to unlock, and an endless mode. You level up during a run, you choose your skills, you kill bosses. It's a very standard formula at this point, and that's what this game looks like on the surface. But underneath lies a fairly robust synergy system that can really make your character and skills insanely powerful. The game does not have much of a story, not one that I have paid attention to at least, and if you want a good story, you're playing the wrong game. The main mode of the game plays out over 3 maps, where you choose your path, you have your standard encounters, you have your elite encounters, you have treasures and events. At the end of each map, you'll have the camp for some upgrades, and then you have the boss for the map. After each encounter, and on the map selection screen, you can access the artifact shop and your backpack, because artifacts is the center point of this game. The core gameplay is the encounters. These are played on a timer that lasts for about 30 seconds to a couple of minutes. Here you want to kill as many enemies as you possibly can to get as much XP as you possibly can, and then level up. With each level up, you can choose a new skill or level up a skill you already have. During these encounters, you can find small missions like helping a soldier escape from a cage. You can also get temporary stat boosts. These appear like shrines that you can walk up to. But overall, all of these encounters are very easy. Overall, you will do a shit ton of damage with your spells. The damage output is kind of crazy. The game have 5 difficulties, and then you have your end game difficulty where you can choose how you want to modify it. The first 5 are kind of a joke, but the last one is kind of where the core gameplay lies. So when you start a run, you choose one of 5 characters, you choose a weapon, there are several to unlock, and then you also choose your starting artifacts. These artifacts are from previous runs, so you won't have any from the beginning, but with each run you can save up the artifacts and you can start with better ones for the next run. The artifacts and skills comes with all kinds of stats and synergies. The game is all about the skills and artifacts and the synergies you can create between them. For example, one of my runs I played Stella. She's an archer and I went for a poison build, so I went for only poison skills, and if we look at the poison synergy, it has 6 levels. To be able to level the synergy up, you need to get a total of 6 unique skills or artifacts. If you have, for example, 2, you will get a plus 3% damage boost and 5% poison skill power. If you have the synergy in level 6, you will instead get plus 15% damage and 25% poison skill power and 2 poison blessing. So you really want to max these out to get some insane stats. The game have a ton of these synergies for about every stat imaginable. You can of course stack them and have as many as you want. You of course have them for every damage type, luck, HP, movement skills, dodge, cooldowns, you name it, it's in here. But that means you of course have to gather unique ones for every synergy, and you're gonna have to take the bad with the good, because some artifacts might not have the stats you want, so you will trade some stats for some synergies. And I think the game does a poor job of introducing all this to the player. Because, I mean, just look at the artifact screen, it's overwhelming with stats, synergies and artifacts in the middle. And it only gets worse the longer into a run you get. Because you also have your skills at the bottom, and at the top you will have 5 pages of all the artifacts you have bought and collected. And everything has a shit ton of stats on them. It's a bit much and it's too cluttered for my taste. They have done a poor job with the UI design here. You even have a book for all the synergies to explain them, but even that book doesn't explain everything for every synergy. And stats are hard to find sometimes because you have so many on the right side. You even have your main and secondary stats. I just hate the design of this part of the game. And in general, I don't like the graphics or the aesthetic of the game. The game looked okay in the trailer, but now that I have played for an extended period, I can't say that the game looks good. To me, it looks like a mobile game. But look at the menu, it looks like a mobile game with a shit ton of pay-to-win aspects. Thankfully, the game has none of that. There are no in-game purchases, and the game is completely single-player. But I don't get why they decided to go with this type of graphics. Even with the highest settings, the game still looks like shit when you actually play it. I so much prefer when games go for a more stylized look, like Halls of Torment or Risk of Rain 2. I think the art in the game is great, but the standard 3D graphics just looks bad. But with that said, there is a good game here. When everything clicks, It's very satisfying. When you level up the skills and find the right synergies, the skills and the damage output goes insane. And that's what you want to see in a game like this. Although the graphics aren't the best, neither the presentation or the cluttery UI, I do find the game fun. The characters deliver a diverse experience. With a ton of skills and artifacts, there is enough here for some insane builds. You will have a great time with this for hours upon hours if you like a roguelite arena survival type game. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.